this is breaking news.
A man is now charged with shooting someone outside of Four Seasons Town Center just days before Christmas.
Well, Jaron Wimbush is charged with attempted murder. One person was injured in the incident.
Officers say that Wimbush is also charged in an unrelated incident from January. Those charges include assault with a deadly weapon and assault on a female.
Well, the state has opened an investigation into the fire at Winston Weaver fertilizer plant last week.
It could last anywhere from a few weeks to 6 months. The Occupational Safety and Health Division opened the inspection last week. A spokesperson for the Department of Labor says that it will involve employee interviews as well as records requests and walkthroughs.
And we heard from the city's fire chief, Trey Mayo, today. He talked about the department's response and what happens next in the investigation. Also talked a little bit about the plant itself. Leanne Denyer listened in on that press conference. She joins us live tonight from just outside of the scene. Leanne, what did you learn today?
Well, the fire chief said that Winston Weaver, just behind me, was operating like normal on that Monday afternoon. It would only be a few hours later that he says the fire began. And while he answered many questions today, it was clear there are still many unanswered questions at this point. Smoke can still be seen coming from the burnt Winston Weaver fertilizer plant in Winston-Salem, more than a week after the dangerous days-long fire at the facility.
From start to finish, the estimate is that we flowed 4.12 million gallons of water at this event.
City officials met Wednesday morning, walking reporters and community members tuned in to the update online through their response and taking the questions that still loom.
I think a lot of people, based on comments and phone calls and emails and text messages, and I've gotten cards in the mail, my perception is that a lot of people understood the gravity of the situation.
Fire Chief Trey Mayo says emergency leaders are working to hire a consultant to prepare a report on the response and the circumstances of the fire. He says it was a plant employee on site who first alerted him to how dangerous the situation could be.
And a plant employee walked by and I stopped him and I said, "How much ammonium nitrate is in this facility?" And he said, "There are 2 bins in the facility and each of them have a capacity of 300 tons. So I knew that from that 10-second conversation that there was as much as 600 tons of product in the facility, and within 5 minutes we huddled, and it didn't take us but just a few seconds to say, this is not a safe place to be. We are not making this fire any better, and we made the decision in that huddle to evacuate the plant.
In the days since, Mayo says fire crews have been able to get in to where they believe the fire started. But he says they've not reached a point where he feels they can share that information.
I think it's going to be longer rather than shorter. When you have that much destruction, it creates some challenges in your cause and origin determination.
Chief Mayo says it appears the facility is destroyed and adds company representatives will need to provide additional updates as to what happens to what's left of the plant. And Mayo said it could be some time, weeks, months before all these questions are answered. A point that did come up during this morning's news conference is we have learned that fire crews responded to Winston Weaver on December 26th of last year. There have been some questions about that response. So during the news conference today, it was asked if it appeared that had anything to do with what happened last week. Chief Mayo, while saying that he wasn't ready to share too many details about the origin and cause of this fire, as you heard in the story there, he did say that it appears that that December fire was in a different part of the facility, and it does not appear that the two had any relation to each other. But still a lot of information that will be coming out in the weeks ahead. In Winston-Salem, Leanne Denyer, WXII 12 News.
Leanne, thank you. If you or someone you know evacuated during that fire, you can get reimbursed potentially for some expenses. There's a number to call. It's right here on your screen, 336-747-3067. The nonprofit Love Out Loud is helping to distribute $50,000. That money comes from Winston Weaver. The executive director for Love Out Loud says the phones are awfully busy. He says you should expect to wait 2 or 3 days after applying to learn what might be covered. Impacted families will need to provide proof that they live where they say, and also receipts for things like hotel rooms, meals, and other expenses. The fund